Chapter 7. I'm back in the room, watching Alex pack. It's a strange, hollow thing to observe someone's life from the inside. Alex moves with a heavy, rhythmic gloom that feels like a physical weight. He doesn't just put clothes in a bag, he places them like he's burying them in there. Every movement is a chore. I can feel the dull ache in his joints and the cold weight in his chest, but I can also feel the power being pulled away from myself. Channeling status 18%, internal temperature rising. The voice in my head is getting clearer, more clinical. Every few minutes the walls of the bedroom flicker. The grey stone and the smell of detergent give way to a flash of white tile and the sound of bubbling fluid. I see my own feet, the real ones, submerged in a tank. Wires snaking up my calves like silver parasites. Then, snap! I'm back in the house, watching Alex fold a pair of socks. "Alex, there's someone at the door for you!" Eve's voice drifts up the stairs, and it sounds like she's just seeing a dog walk on its back legs. Pure, unfiltered shock. Alex freezes. His heart skips a beat, a quick, fluttering thud that I feel in the base of my throat. He doesn't have visitors. He doesn't have friends. He has a gloomy face and a reputation for being a total outcast. He stands there for a second with a grey sweater clutched in his hands before he finally drops it and heads for the door. I am forced to follow, staring through his eyes as we head down the stairs. Eve is standing in the hallway. Her hand is on the doorframe, looking back and forth between the porch and her brother. "Who is it?" Alex asks, his voice being like gravel. "It's Margot," Eve says, with her voice low. "From your class?" Alex opens the door. Margot is standing there, and the morning light hits her in a way that makes her look almost transparent. She's wearing a thick travel cloak. Her bag is hanging over one shoulder. Her amber eyes are wide, searching Alex's face with a terrifying intensity I'm starting to get used to. "I thought maybe we could walk to the portals together," she says. Her voice is small, but it carries a weight that Alex's gloom can't quite deflect. "The streets they're not like they used to be." Eve stands there. Her precise mind is clearly trying to calculate how this is possible. She looks at Margot, then at Alex, then back to Margot. "You're the girl from the 95th auditorium, right? The one who always gets the top marks in dimensional theory." "I try," Margot says, giving Eve a shy flickering smile. "Well," Eve says, with her scowl softened just a fraction, "at least someone in that class has some sense. Alex, don't just stand there like a statue. Let her in." Alex steps back, and Margot enters the house. It's the first time anyone outside the family has been in here for years, and I can feel the suffocating awkwardness radiating off Alex's skin. He leads her into the big room, the combined kitchen and living area. The smell of the morning's bacon is still there, mixing with the scent of the ocean breeze Margot brought in with her. "Nice house," Margot says, while her eyes are wandering over the bookshelves and the sealed door to Alistair's room. "It's just a house," Alex mutters. He's standing in the middle of the room. His arms are crossed, looking like he wants to bolt. "My father says the city is going into lockdown," Margot says, with her voice dropping as she sits on the edge of a wooden chair. "After the castle, they're worried about more red events. They say the Red Devil has escaped and that she has people inside the city. Spies, saboteurs." I feel a punch of electricity through the connection. "I'm right here, Margot. I think I am the spy, I am the saboteur, and I'm currently stuck in your friend's head." Let them worry, Alex says, leaning against the kitchen counter. The department has enough power to level the whole coast if they wanted to. They're probably enjoying the excuse to tighten the leash. Margot looks at him with those amber eyes narrowing. Why do you talk like that? Like you're on the outside looking in. You're a mage, Alex. You're a part of this. Am I? Alex asks. He looks at his hands. The hands I'm currently borrowing. He sees the small scars, the pale skin. He feels the channeling tugging at his soul. Even if he doesn't know what it is, he feels like a ghost, and I'm the one haunting him. You're acting so strange lately, Margot whispers, standing up and walking towards him. She stops just a foot away, her presence being like a heater in a cold room. Ever since last week, it's like you're someone else. Your eyes look like they're watching a TV screen instead of living. Are you in trouble, Alex? Did your father... My father isn't here, Margot. He's never here. Alex cuts. The silence that follows is heavy. I can feel Alex's regret, the sharp sting of guilt for snapping at the only person who actually came to his door. He looks at her, at the way the light is catching the amber in her eyes, and for a second his grey mask cracks. I'm just tired, he says, softer this time. Everything feels thin, like the world is made out of paper and it's about to tear. It is tearing, Alex, I think, and I'm the one pulling the edges. Margot reaches out. Her hand is hovering near his arm. She doesn't touch him yet, but the proximity makes Alex's heart hammer against his ribs. That's why I came. I didn't want you walking to the portals alone. Not today. Alex looks at her, and I feel a surge of warmth from him, a genuine, desperate need for connection that he's spent years trying to kill. He reaches out and, for the first time, he doesn't just brush past her, he takes her hand. It's a sudden, thrilling sensation. Her skin is warm, so much warmer than the clinical cold of the lab. I feel the pulse in her wrist, the soft texture of her palm. It's a sensory shock to my system. Margot doesn't pull away. She looks down at their joined hands, with her amber eyes glowing with a sudden, fierce light. Let's go, Alex says, his voice being thick. We don't want to be late. We leave the house. Eve is standing in the doorway, watching us walk away with an expression I can't quite read. It's a mix of worry and something that looks like disbelief. She doesn't say anything, she just watches until we turn the corner. The walk to the city portals is a nightmare wrapped in a beautiful morning. Target Fort is under a shadow. I see more soldiers on every corner. Their silver-etched armor is reflecting the rising sun. They aren't just standing there, they're checking documents, searching crates, their eyes are darting towards the smoking ruins of the castle on the hill. The banners of Darton are everywhere, but they look like warnings now, tattered and scorched. Every few blocks, Alex's grip on Margot's hand tightens. He doesn't say anything, but I can feel his anxiety. He's not used to being responsible for someone else. Do you feel that? Margot whispers as we pass a massive department patrol near the square. Feel what? Alex asks. The air, it's heavy, like there's a storm coming, but the sky is clear, it feels electric. I feel it. It's the power. The department is pulling so much from my real body that it's leaking into the atmosphere. The city's shield is overcharged, humming with a frequency that makes the birds silent. As we walk, our hands stay locked. It's a physical anchor for Alex, but for me it's a constant reminder of what I'm losing. Every time her thumb brushes against the back of his hand, I feel a glitch. The TV screen of my vision flickers, showing me the lab, then the portal, then Margot's eyes. "We're here," Alex says as we reach the central square. The gathering point is a chaos of students and faculty. Professor Nikiti is standing by the main portal arc, looking at his watch and tapping his foot. He looks like a man who wants to be anywhere else, but not here. Margot gives Alex's hand one last squeeze before they have to merge into the crowd. "Alex! Margot! Move it!" Nikiti shouts, waving his staff. We stand in the center of the portal circle. The other students are laughing, talking about the Nexus, but Alex and Margot are silent. "Coordinates locked," Nikiti announces. The world starts to vibrate. The gray stones of the square, the smoking castle, the terrified faces of the merchants, it all starts to dissolve into a swirl of white sparks. The channeling hits a sudden, violent peak. My vision cracks like glass. "Connection critical, transitioning to the Nexus." For a split second, the TV screen goes black. In the silence, I hear a voice. Not the machine, not Alex, but Sasha. "I see you, Max," she whispers, with her voice sounding like an emerald needle in my brain. "Don't get too comfortable in his skin. The Nexus is where the secrets live." Then the sparks take us, and the world of Target Fort is gone.